Isn't that saying something? You're not lazy. You're just mentally exhausted. And I know that's an understatement because a lot of us are feeling the exact same way. But I've been realizing that lately I have just been so tired from literally everything. And we're in this age where people think that hustle culture is something that everyone needs to partake in, and I literally cannot stand it. I don't think that right now is the best time for people to try and partake in hustle culture or find themselves thinking that they're lazy when they're not, because a lot of us are doing constant things to try and better our lives. And we notice that the more that we're doing these things and the more stuff that we're doing over and over again, that it's starting to burn us out and get us to a point where we are just mentally tired. For me, I've always thought that it would be best to try and continue to go forward with the things that I desire of my heart, and that includes making content. But there is times where I had to tell myself, take a step back, take a breather, and take a break, because people think that you can't take breaks. And I don't believe in that. I believe there's always a time and place for you to relax, to chill, to take a nap, to sit down, to read, to be on a beach and be laid out with your ass out and just chill for a second. And that's the problem with hustle culture. It's making people think that they constantly have to be doing something, and you do not need to constantly be doing anything. Seriously, you don't. A lot of us are doing things that are pertaining to growing our, financial income, or we're doing things to, again, like I said, better our lives. And in order to do those things, we have to feel like we constantly need to be moving and doing things, especially because at the end of the day, life is kind of short. But that doesn't mean we can't take in moments to just breathe and relax for a second. I remember there was a time when I just felt like I needed to be moving constantly. And I know you've probably felt the same way, the person that's watching this. I have a lot of creative friends. I have friends that are constantly moving and doing things. And when I see them doing these things, it makes me feel like I'm behind. And then sometimes it does make me feel a little bit lazy. And I don't believe in laziness. I don't think that is something that people should be calling themselves. I mean, there is people that are out there being lazy, but like the folks like us where we think that we're being lazy, we are not, because we are doing constant things to better ourselves. And I think that laziness is a man-made construct to make people feel bad about relaxing, and making people feel bad for not taking moments for themselves and breathing for a little bit. When you work constantly and do all these things where you're working a 9 to 5, or you're working towards your content, or you have a side business, you have a side hustle, so much this, that, and the third, it starts to become cumbersome, because you're wondering and telling yourself, oh, maybe I am a little bit lazy for not constantly going for it. But if you already are going for it, then you're not lazy. You're already making the steps, you're already making the movements to trying to get to that better life that you think that you deserve. But it's nasty right now. We have this epidemic of people that think you have to constantly be grinding. You have to be grinding to get to your goals. You have to be grinding to get this money. You have to be grinding to do this, that, and it's gonna drain you. It's gonna make you feel like you're suffocating. And we have to have the time to step back and really analyze what we want, but at the same time, when you're analyzing it, figure out a good balance to the point where you don't feel like you're going to crash out. Because trust me, I've been there. It's happened on this channel multiple freaking times, bro. I have always told myself that I was going to do this full time. Then when I do get the opportunity to continue to prosper and keep creating content and doing this and doing that, I constantly get in my own head about the stuff that I create. And then that causes me to kind of feel like I'm falling apart. But then at the same time, it's not just falling apart. It is trying to find that balance, which I still have not found to this day. Because whenever I've created content, and I'm sure many of you have done this before, especially those that do this on the side as a side hustle and not as a full-time thing, a lot of us are working these 9 to 5 jobs, or working jobs, or doing things that are supplementing towards our income, and then doing this as another side type of thing. And when you're doing that for a while, you start to get tired. There's days where I don't feel like getting up in front of the camera and doing this shit. Like, let's be real. I know many of us are feeling the same exact way about that. I will get up in front of this camera when I feel like I deserve what I deserve. I'm not gonna sit here and be fake like a lot of these people do, because that shit is whack. I'm not gonna be somebody that I'm not on camera, And that's the truth. Because a lot of people, they try to bring in this energy and they try to, you know, there's this craze of like, when the camera turns on, you're a completely different person. And that to me screams, you're not all the way there. I'm always going to be my natural, authentic self. I feel like if that's what's gonna, if I don't want to gravitate towards people that don't want me to be myself, that don't want me to be my authentic freaking self. Because I noticed that when a lot of people turn that camera on and they're not themselves, at the end of the day, they start feeling crazy and feeling weird and start having mental problems. Not that this already isn't an issue in itself, you know, with hustle culture, and it's causing people to mentally just be drained out. But at the same time, it's like, I'm going to constantly be doing this until I'm able to do this, and it makes as much as I would dream to make at these jobs that I work at. But since it's not, I catch myself getting tired. And then I see all these people online. That's why you can't listen to what everybody says online. I catch these people online saying this and that and talking about how like, oh, it's lazy if you don't do this. It's lazy if you don't do that. Social media is weird, and people's opinions will always constantly be pushed on you, and it will try to have a cause and effect with the way that you think. But the only way that you're going to prosper is if you don't listen to other people's opinions, especially when it comes down to being lazy. Because at the end of the day, you deserve to relax. This world is built off of capitalistic systems and making us feel like we need to constantly work and have money in our pockets. And that's not true. That's not real. This earth is spinning and it's on fire every freaking day, and it's making people lose their minds. So it's okay. You that's watching this, I want you to understand this. It is okay to relax. It is okay to sit there and do nothing. And I don't mean just like, oh, I'm gonna take a little like hour break this one day because I know no. Take a full day off if you can. Take a break. If you need to call off because you are mentally not all the way there, don't let these jobs, don't let these side hustles, don't let anything like that psych you out. You're deserving of time to yourself, and you are deserving of time to relax and chill. I believe that, especially when it comes down to being a content creator, or even when it just comes down to building things that you're trying to have from the ground up, that you need to take time to yourself and not have your mind be flowing and going 24/7. Because one, again, it's gonna lead to burnout, but on top of that, it's also gonna lead you to doing things that you're not meant to do, and also doing things that are messing up what you are meant to do. And an example of that is like, say you are doing this content creating stuff and you're going constantly, but you're not taking any breaks. Again, that's gonna lead to burnout, but that's also gonna lead to you making not only just dumb decisions, but you're gonna make content that you probably don't even like because you feel like you need to constantly be creating, which I mean, you are, but not like that, bro. I promise you, not like that. Because the people are gonna be able to tell the difference between something that you're passionate about and something that you're not. Because people have clocked me for that multiple times. And you don't want to be that person that gets clocked like that. That shit is whack. It's really whack, for real. There's been times when people have been like, I know you didn't even like making that video that you just made. God, damn. And then I'm sitting there like, yeah, that's kind of true. So I'm telling you now, do not let these facades and everything else get into your head. If you feel like, oh, even if somebody comes to you and they're saying that you're acting lazy, do not listen to them, especially if you know that you have been working hard and doing a lot. Prime example is for myself, because it's been hard to do this. Trust me, it's been days where I'm like, I'm not even gonna turn this camera on. But then there's that little angel or whatever that's in that little piece of mine in the back of my head that's telling me like, Michael, you need to get up and do this because this is what you are meant to do. Because, you know, there's times where I've been like, okay, this 9-to-5 life really is not for me. And that's a video for another time, because a lot of people are starting to realize that. And I think there is a consensus and like a big revelation that's happening right now, and a shift in this earth where people are starting to realize that some of this stuff is just not meant for us. But don't ever feel like you're being lazy when you know that you are working hard, okay? Because the one thing that I'm gonna always remind myself and tell myself is that if I continue to keep working hard, but also take the time out to actually have a break and have a time for peace, then I know that everything is gonna work out in the way that it's supposed to, especially because I know that I have favor and that I'm not sitting there not doing nothing all the time. But I do need to have those times where I need to not do anything. And so do you. You need to have those times where you're not sitting there constantly working or doing things, because you're going to eventually crash and burn. And that is not healthy. I'm seeing my friends, I'm seeing family, I'm seeing colleagues, I'm seeing other content creators. It's happening to them. And then next thing you know, that it's just a lot. It's a lot on their mental. It's a lot for them to handle. And I think right now, as human beings, we deserve that type of peace. We deserve to be able to relax and chill for a second. We deserve to just sit there and watch your favorite TV show, read a book, play a game, or even just lay there and sleep. Take a freaking nap, dude. Because at the end of the day, your mental sanity is what is most important. And the better that your mental sanity is, the better you are at being able to do the things that are better for you. And trust me, you got this. I believe in you. But those that are watching this and you are so close to being burnt out and crashing out, I need you to take a freaking break. From me, please. Thank you. Anyways, I really appreciate whoever is watching this, and I hope it resonated with you, and I hope you really do take the instance and listen to the words that I'm saying. Please take a break. Please relax for a second, because you truly do deserve that. If you are new here, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. It's about like 80% of you that are not subscribed to the channel, but y'all watching my videos. What are y'all doing? We are trying to slowly and surely get to 10,000 subscribers, and my hope for 2026 is to at least be to 50,000 to 100K, whatever it might be. I have goals and dreams and aspirations that I'm trying to achieve, and that's why I'm taking my own breaks, so I can make sure that I achieve those. But yes, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe, like, comment, do all the jazz, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love y'all.